Hi folks, today's lesson is about the demerit points. These are the points that added to your driver's license for breaking the traffic laws. These points vary from 2 to 7 depends on the violation. We are going to discuss these points in details with relation to their transgressions. We are going to start with the highest point and discuss what are the laws if you are looking to get those points. Failing to remain at the scene of a collision. Leaving the scene of an accident without stopping and providing the necessary information is a serious offense that can result in 7 demerit points. Failing to stop for police. Never try to evade a police car when they are signaling you to stop. Doing so will get you in trouble as well as assign the 7 demerit points to your license. Careless driving. This offense involves driving without due care and attention, or without reasonable consideration for other persons using the highway. It's a serious offense that can result in significant penalties and 6 demerit points. Exceeding the speed limit by 40 km per hour or more on roads with a speed limit of less than 80 km per hour, if you're caught driving at speeds significantly higher than the posted limit, 40 km per hour or more over the limit, on a road where speed limit is less than 80 km per hour, you'll receive 6 demerit points in addition to fines and other penalties. Exceeding the speed limit by 50 km per hour or more, if you're caught driving at speeds significantly higher than the posted limit, 50 km per hour or more over the limit, you'll receive 6 demerit points in addition to fines and other penalties. Failing to stop for a school bus. Passing a stopped school bus with its lights flashing and stop arm extended is a dangerous offense. It can lead to 6 demerit points along with fines and other consequences. Racing. Engaging in a race or contest on a highway is considered a serious offense and can result in 6 demerit points. Failing to stop at an unprotected railway crossing is a serious traffic violation due to the potential dangers involved. The consequences can vary based on local traffic laws and regulations as well as the specific circumstances of the incident. In Ontario, 6 demerit points are assigned for this traffic violations to the driver's license. "30 km per hour to 49 km per hour over the posted speed limit will add 4 demerit points assigned for this offense. Not maintaining a safe following distance from the vehicle in front of you will also add 4 demerit points on driver's record. If you failed to stop at a pedestrian crossover when the pedestrians are crossing, you will bank 4 demerit points. When you're driving a vehicle, you are required to adhere to the posted speed limits on the road. If you are caught driving at a speed that exceeds the limit by a 16 to 29 km per hour range, you could receive 3 demerit points. Railway crossings are equipped with barriers, gates, lights, and other warning signals to ensure the safety of drivers and pedestrians as trains pass through. Ignoring these signals and attempting to cross the tracks when a train is approaching can have catastrophic consequences, as trains cannot stop quickly and have the right-of-way and 3 demerit points assigned for this offense. Driving while holding or using a handheld wireless communications or any entertainment device or viewing a display screen unrelated to the driving task, you can face penalties that may include demerit points, fines and monetary penalties, or an impact on your insurance premiums, or maybe a license suspension for repeat offenses. The concept of yielding the right-of-way is crucial for maintaining traffic safety and smooth flow, as it helps prevent accidents and conflicts at intersections, crosswalks, merging lanes, emergency vehicles, roundabouts, and other areas where vehicles and pedestrians might interact. When a driver fails to yield the right-of-way, they might cause confusion, delay, or even accidents. If a driver is caught failing to obey stop sign, traffic light, or railway crossing signal, they will have 3 demerit points added to their driving record. It is important to mention here that if a driver accumulates too many demerit points within a certain period, their driving privileges might be suspended or restricted. Traffic control stop sign is a red, octagonal sign with the word stop written in white. When you encounter this sign, you are required to come to a complete stop before the stop line, crosswalk, or intersection. Traffic control slow sign. This is typically a yellow or orange diamond-shaped sign that indicates you need to reduce your speed. School crossing stop sign. This is a specific type of stop sign used in the vicinity of schools. It signals drivers to come to a complete stop when children are crossing the road. You must wait until all pedestrians, including children, have completely crossed the road before proceeding. If you fail to obey any of these signs, you commit 3 demerit traffic points in Ontario. Failing to obey the directions of a police officer is a serious traffic offence in Ontario, Canada. When a police officer gives you a directive or instruction, it's important to follow it promptly and without hesitation for the safety of all road users and the overall enforcement of the law. If you fail to obey the directions of a police officer, it can result in legal consequences. The penalties for this offense is 3 demerit points. A divided road is a type of road where opposing lanes of traffic are separated by a physical barrier, such as a median or a concrete barrier. Each direction of traffic flows on its designated side of the road, and drivers are not allowed to cross over into the lanes. If drivers try to use the wrong way, they may face 3 demerit points. In Ontario, drivers are legally obligated to report collisions to the police if the collision results in injury or death, or the total damage to all vehicles involved appears to be $2,000 or more, or there is damage to highway property. And as we know, demerit points are part of Ontario's driver record system, designed to encourage safe driving behavior. If a driver fails to report a collision that meets the reporting criteria, they will receive 3 demerit points on their driving record. A divided road is a type of roadway where opposing lanes of traffic are separated by a physical barrier, such as a median or a concrete barrier. If drivers straddling or crossing the dividing barrier or may using the lane intended for oncoming traffic, then driver will add 3 offense point in their license. Having too many passengers in the front seat or allowing a passenger to sit on the driver's lap can be considered unsafe and could potentially lead to penalties. In Ontario, driving the wrong way on a one-way road is a serious traffic offence and can result in consequences such as demerit points and fines. A closed road refers to a road that has been officially closed to traffic, typically due to construction, maintenance, an accident, or other hazards. Engaging in this behavior can result in consequences such as fines and demerit points on your driving record. In Ontario, crossing a divided road where no proper crossing is provided is considered a traffic offence. Crossing a road without using a designated crossing or crosswalk can pose a safety risk and lead to penalties. When an emergency vehicle, such as a police car, ambulance, or fire truck, is stopped on the side of the road with its lights flashing, drivers are required to slow down, change the lane and carefully pass the respective vehicle in order to ensure the safety of emergency responders and other road users. As previously mentioned, failing to move, where possible, into another lane when passing a stopped emergency vehicle is considered traffic offense that is 3 demerit points. Radar detectors are electronic devices that are used to detect radar signals emitted by speed enforcement devices, such as police radar guns. These devices are often used by drivers to try to avoid getting caught for speeding. If driver caught such device, they have to face 3 demerit points. HOV lanes are designated lanes on certain roads that are reserved for vehicles with a specified minimum number of occupants, often to encourage carpooling and reduce traffic congestion. Improper use of HOV lanes can contribute to congestion and defeat the purpose of encouraging carpooling and reducing the number of vehicles on the road. Now we are going to discuss about the offenses that adds 2 demerit points if you violate these points. There may be signs or road markings that indicate when you need to use low beam headlights, such as in areas with heavy traffic or in the presence of oncoming vehicles. Use your low beam headlights within 150 meters of an oncoming vehicle or when following a vehicle within 60 meters, otherwise you will get 2 demerit points. Improper opening of a vehicle door endangers other road users, such as cyclists, pedestrians, or other vehicles. This action can potentially lead to accidents, collisions, or other unsafe situations on the road. Prohibited turn is a traffic offense that can result in receiving a fine and demerit points on your driving record. A prohibited turn refers to making a turn at an intersection or location where such a turn is explicitly prohibited by traffic signs, signals, or road markings. Towing people on toboggans, bicycles, skis, or similar devices is generally considered an unsafe practice on public roads. Such actions can lead to accidents, collisions, and injuries, both to the individuals being towed and to others on the road. Failing to obey signs refers to disregarding the instructions provided by regulatory, warning, or informational signs. This can include signs such as stop signs, yield signs, speed limit signs, no entry signs, and other traffic control signs. Committing this offense can lead to the addition of 2 demerit points to your driving record. The concept of sharing the road refers to all road users, including drivers, cyclists, pedestrians, and others, cooperating and adhering to the rules to ensure safety and smooth traffic flow. But if you deteriorating to share road, you will have to face 2 demerit points. An improper turn consists of not using the proper turn lanes, not yielding the right of way to pedestrians or other vehicles, turning from an incorrect lane, or turning in a way that obstructs the movement of other vehicles. Failing to signal refers to not using your vehicle's turn signals or indicators when required to do so by law. This typically includes situations like changing lanes, making turns, merging onto a highway, or pulling over to the side of the road. Unnecessary slow driving refers to driving at a speed that is unreasonably slow compared to the prevailing traffic flow. It's important to note that this doesn't mean you need to drive at or above the speed limit at all times, but rather that you should adjust your speed to match the conditions of the road and the pace of other vehicles. Highways are typically meant for continuous forward travel at higher speeds, and reversing in such an environment can disrupt traffic flow, create confusion, and lead to accidents. Failing to wear a seat belt occurs when the driver of a vehicle or any passengers fail to fasten their seat belts while the vehicle is in motion. When a driver fails to properly secure an infant passenger in an appropriate child safety seat or restraint system. Infant passengers, due to their size and vulnerability, require specialized car seats that provide adequate protection in case of a collision. All these points that shown in this page result in the addition of 2 demerit points to the driver's record. When a driver fails to properly secure a toddler passenger in an appropriate child seat or restraint system. Toddlers, due to their size and stage of development, also require specialized car seats that provide adequate protection during vehicle travel. When a driver fails to properly secure a child passenger in an appropriate child seat or restraint system. The specific requirements for child seats vary based on the child's age, height, and weight, and they are designed to provide adequate protection during vehicle travel. When a driver fails to ensure that a passenger who is under 16 years of age is properly wearing a seat belt and seated in a seat that has a seat belt. The law mandates that all occupants of a vehicle must be secured with appropriate seat belts or child restraint systems, depending on their age, height, and weight. Committing all offenses as mentioned can result in the addition of 2 demerit points to the driver's record. In this video we discuss about the table of offenses that can be possibly add demerit point to the driver's record. In the next video we will discuss about the demerit point system, in which we briefly talk over that how many demerit points are maximum allowed to a new or old driver in order to avoid suspension letter. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe and share. Have a good day.